Or like the department is not correct. Sometimes the VAT code which we are using is not correct. Not correct in the sense sometimes it may be earlier we are using it. But right now I have inactivated that one. So, but the same data, the correction is not done at a downstream applications. When the data is coming from the local application to the Peoplesoft, so then when it validates, when it exactly validates in Peoplesoft, the validation fails because whatever the VAT code or department or GL code used in the particular distribution field level is not a valid one in the Peoplesoft. So that is why the data will be going to the error steps, and the person who actually the processing job the person does, he will go and manually see the errors, and he will make the corrections of those errors, and he will run the voucher build process to generate the vouchers in the voucher table. Okay.
Okay. But so you can select all of them if it's all the same issue and try to correct them all at once?
I don't think so. You can correct all the vouchers at a time. If it is like 10 vouchers, you have to open each and every voucher, you have to correct it manually.
Oh, wow.
And there is one more option, like normally in support what they will do. For example, for all in the batch process, they have created some 100 invoices.
Okay.
All 100 invoices, the department, whatever the department populated is not correct or inactive.
Okay.
Then for all 100 items, if you want to populate with a specific specific department, then normally usually what we will do in the backend table level, like what we will do, we will update to the particular line. All 100 items with the specific title, with a specific department.
Okay.
Then what will happen? Instead of manually correcting it, from the backend we will update the department field so that when you run the again virtual build process, it will pretend it will process it.
Okay.
Voucher origin. So whenever you create any vouchers in the system, before that you will create the origin. Origin is from where the data is coming from. I think right now we have discussed about the EDA. We have talked about the online. Online means where you can use the online page and you will create the transactions. Like that, similarly, we have some more like a PM, like the promotion management, POS, like the purchasing systems. Like if you are generating the vouchers from the PO, directly from the PO, if you are creating the vouchers in the system, then the source will be used as a POS. If you are creating a voucher from the payroll, okay, there we will use the P by R is the source. If I am creating this from the student administrator, there is one more Peoplesoft module which we are using it, so that it will show that PSO. So by looking the origin, we will come to know from where the data the voucher is created. Normally BCH batch transactions where for some of the batches you run it, you will use it. EDI is like electronic data interchange where you receive the data from the outside the Peoplesoft through electronic data, maybe outside Peoplesoft or Excel sometimes you will use. Through EDI, whatever the invoice is generated, the source will be used as EDI.
Okay.
Why this is important? I will tell you. Sometimes, if you are using the data from the different types of origins, so in this specific origin, the EDI, when I am using the EDI, electronic data interchange as a one EDI, one interchange, and the data is coming to the Peoplesoft, and I can put a lot of default information at a origin level. Okay, if you remember the hierarchy which we discussed like last time. Okay, highest level of hierarchy is like a business unit. If you come down a little bit lower hierarchy is like origin, and below that control group, and below that is a vendor. So that means what will happen if I create any specific criteria at origin level means any voucher which is created by using the specific origin, what are the conditions which are selected, those will be defaulted applicable.
Okay.
What are those conditions? Whether you want to use any specific template when I'm using the EDI. Any specific payment terms, whether you want to use for the specific EDI. Means if I specify means I can get a payment terms option. So what exactly it does, I'll use like immediate due. Then what will happen whenever I create any vouchers, whenever I create any vouchers from this particular origin, all the vouchers created by using the EDI, the payment terms will be updated as a 00 like immediate due. If I don't specify here, if I use like a default from the higher level means, what is the next level of hierarchy after the origin is a business unit. That means it will ignore here, and the business unit option level, it will go and search what is the payment defaults which is created for this specific BU. Okay.
Okay.
Like that, if you remember, the same options we have seen in business unit configurations. In the vendor level also, some of the information we have already captured it. Whether you want to use any specific bank, any invoices which is created by using the EDI, I want to make all the vouchers should be paid from my Bank of America bank account. Any invoice which is created through online, I want to make the payment from the HSBC. Okay, like that if you want, okay, all these are depends upon your requirement, company's requirement, how you want to tackle your transactions. So you can decide whether all your the EDI related transactions here will be processed and paid from the specific bank account, so that you will define it here. If not, you will ignore it.
Okay.
If you see any invoice, for example, at a BU level, I have mentioned all are like pre-approved, but here, which I am defining here, any invoices which is created from the EDI origin, okay, that has to be approved by through approval work frame. That means all other entity, most of the vouchers created, all are pre-approved, but any vouchers which is created by origin EDI ID, which is require approval workflow. Okay, and in a similar way, default. If you remember, we saw the same setup at a BU level and vendor level, correct?
Okay.
If I am setting up at a vendor level the duplication check, that means whatever the options you have duplication check you have enabled at a vendor level, that check will be only applicable to this particular vendor only. Okay. So if I am creating a setup under the control group, sorry, origin, that means any vouchers which is created by using this particular origin, so those invoices will be duplicate check will be done on the basis of the criteria selected here. In the same option, if I am using at a BU level, that means what will happen? Any vouchers created under the specific GL business, under AP business unit, that business unit, the condition will be applicable. Like how the duplicate check you are enabled at a BU level, so that will be follow the same logic and will be created for the GL duplicate check.
Right.
Now you understand the importance of the hierarchy.
Yeah.
So first, if I'm defining at a vendor level, even though you are defined at a control group level or origin level or BU level, it will be ignored. It will be stop looking at a vendor level. Vendor level, I have created the duplicate check. Okay, and also I have enabled at a business unit level and sorry, control group level, also at a origin level or BU level. Even though you have defined the duplicate check each and every level also, first system for immediate immediate hierarchy, the conditions are satisfied at immediate hierarchy, then it will be ignored in the further hierarchy levels. Okay?
Okay.
If it is not defined at a lower level, then only it will look for a higher level. The period and accruals is also very, very important. The accruals means, if you remember, I think last last Friday we discussed about now when the accounting entries will be generated, when the liability will be generated, after you run the voucher posting process only, the vouchers will be created.
Okay.
Okay. But there are a lot of situations so the voucher is created, but it is pending for the approval workflow. For example, there are 3 people in the approval workflow has to be approved.
Okay.
First level of approval is approved, second level of approval is approved, but it is pending with the third level of approval. Okay. Sometimes all 3 approvals are approved, but still matching is processing is pending. Or match, the voucher is a match dispute. Okay. So what exactly happens? When it goes to the match exceptions, so till the time all the conditions are met, the voucher will not be processed and the accounting entries will not be generated in the system. Okay, but when you are doing your month-end closing, if you don't, even if you recorded the vouchers, but the accounting entries are not generated, so that means the liability is not incurred in your system books. So the profit, okay, to that extent will be gone up. So for that, the in general accounting concepts also, you have to provision all your the transactions which you know, which you recorded, but were not yet posted in the Peoplesoft.
Okay.
Okay. So further, yeah, Jonathan.
No, I was just saying okay.
Okay. So if I want to run the period and accruals, what kind of invoices I need to include my uh, uh, period and accruals. If you see the delivered component of the page which I have defined, there are different options. There are 3 options. Approved but not posted. Denied, that means the approval is denied. Or pending for approvals. These are the 3 different conditions available. If I want to use all these 3, right now it is showing you a pending. Now I'll correct it. I want to include other status as well, like denied. So the voucher is denied due to some other reasons. I want to include when I run the parent across these 2, anything which is matching with these 2 status will be included and the accrual interest will be generated for those transactions. Okay, which GL account you want to use, which secretary you want to use for the exclude accounts, and if you want to use exclude any specific GL accounts, even though you are created with the specific conditions pending and denied, but still pending and denied also, I don't want to include a few accounts. That means any voucher which is created with a specific GL account, if you want to exclude those accounts from your period and accruals, you can define it here. Okay.
Okay.
What exactly it happens if I do this? Now I've included inputted these 2 options. I saved it. Okay. In the voucher build process, if you see in the same page level, So under period and accruals, okay, create a period and accruals. What exactly happen? It will create a provision entries in your month-end books. In the next month, first date, it will be reversed automatically. Got it?
Okay. Yeah.
Do you have any questions, Jonathan, here?
Oh well, no. Well, first I was just trying to follow along on mine, but after product related, I can't find. I mean, I can't go to the same page you were on for the. I think the accrual. No, how do I? The other one you were on. Procurement
Do you know the
option.
accrual process in general? How the in accounting will happen?
The which one?
Accruals.
Not the process.
Okay. What exactly accruals you do in finance team, like when you have in your previous experience?
No, no, no. No. I did mostly sales and investments.
Okay.
I didn't work with
Sir, any
accruals.
kind of. Go ahead, Jonathan.
No, I was just saying I only worked with investments,
Okay, okay, okay.
real estate investments.
Okay. In general, about how it works in the finance team, okay, when they are closing their books, either subsystem level or a GL level, first in the PN, because the provisions will come under the P&L account, okay. In the P&L level, they will see what are the transitions which is already recorded, the liabilities, whatever it is recorded, they will see is there any unrecorded transaction, which that means the liability is already incurred. But due to the approval workflow, or the approval is denied or pending for the approval queue, because maybe you have submitted the voucher to your manager, but your manager is on travel. Okay, he'll be back only after 15 days. When you run because what will happen till the time the manager is not approved the voucher in the system, then what will happen? The voucher will be stuck in the Peoplesoft.
Okay.
When you run the voucher posting process, it will never pick up because the first and primary condition for to pick the vouchers in the posting process, voucher has to be met all the criteria. The voucher has to be approved, matching has to be completed. So after these steps is completed, if everything is ready for the voucher liability creation, then only when you run the voucher posting process, those vouchers will be picked and the accounting entries will be generated. But
Okay.
in this situation, what happened due to your manager is on leave or is on travel or not able to access the application, so that what he has he has not taken any action at it. That is the reason when you run the voucher posting, these are the vouchers will be excluded. So that
Okay.
means even if you know your liability, since your internal problems or internal things, the vouchers are not approved and the liability is not recorded in the system.
Okay.
As per the accounting policy, when you know your liability on the specific and the liability is already incurred in the particular month, when you know your liability, you have to record those transactions as a provision. You may not be received an invoice or you may receive an invoice, maybe under the dispute, whatever it is. In how the accounting will be done, the provisions will be done in the month end. Last working day or like there are some scheduled dates where they run the accrual process. On the last working day of the books close, they will pass the accrual entry, and the next month the first date they will reverse on the accrual portion. Okay.
Okay.
That is what the system we are giving a instruction system to perform that particular activity.
Okay.
Maybe you can just refer the people book which I pinged last week.
Yeah.
Okay, especially on this specific accrual part, you'll get more idea.
Okay.
Okay. Maybe what I'll do, I'll just stop it for today. Maybe you can just go through that, then you'll get more questions to go so that we can
Okay.
do that. Okay.
Sure.
Okay, Jonathan.
Wait, so what happened? Is this module, are we just going to recap it like after this, or are we done, or with this module?
I'll recapture and I have to cover a few more tomorrow, so I will cover
Okay.
tomorrow.
Okay, and then
Okay.
what's after AP?
I will start with billing.
Billing. Okay.
Billing layer I'll cover.
Okay.
Is it fine?
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. Yeah, whatever's best and whatever I'm going to use in the workplace.
Yeah. Billing and AR is like a more demand in the market right now.
Okay.
AP, there are a lot of consultants are available, but billing and AR, project costing, and those kind of modules are very rare and require a lot of demand, and very less resources are available in the market.
Do we need to do more? Is GL going to be its own section, or is that part of what AP? That's it.
I'm sorry, I didn't get you.
Is GL its own section, or are we going to? Is it its own module, or did we already
There
talk?
is a whole module. Ultimately, once we saw the subsystems, then the data will go to GL. So I will cover a GL as a separate module,
Okay.
because there
Sounds
are a
good.
lot of configurations related for the GL. So if we understand the subsystem, then when it comes to GL, all GL level are most of
Okay.
the things are like setups related.
Okay. So
Okay,
the next three modules be billing, AR, and GL.
correct.
Okay. Sounds good. Yeah,
Okay,
I'll look at the people books more today.
yeah. So we can
Okay.
just read whatever we discuss: origin, control groups, and the period and accrual, so that you get more. Even the vendor set control also, you can just have a quick glance. Product related level, you can just go to a quick glance, so that you get more idea.
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Okay, Jonathan. Have a nice day.
All right. You too. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.